Imagine a luxury cruise ship, a symbol of leisure and relaxation, sinking to the depths of the Mediterranean Sea. A tragedy that unfolded before the eyes of countless witnesses, leaving behind a haunting mystery that continues to intrigue and baffle. This is the tale of the Concordia, a cruise ship that met a devastating fate in 2012. On January 13, 2012, the Costa Concordia, a massive cruise ship carrying over 4,000 passengers and crew, struck a reef off the coast of the Italian island of Giglio. The collision caused severe damage, resulting in the ship's partial capsizing and eventual grounding. In the ensuing chaos, 32 people lost their lives, and hundreds more were injured. The incident sparked a global investigation into the circumstances surrounding the disaster, raising questions about the ship's safety procedures, the captain's decision-making, and the overall management of the cruise line. The Concordia tragedy was not just a maritime disaster, but also a human interest story that captured the world's attention. The dramatic rescue efforts, the challenges faced by survivors, and the legal proceedings that followed all contributed to the ongoing fascination with this event. In this video, we will delve into the details of the Concordia cruise mystery, exploring the key events, the people involved, and the lasting impact of this tragic incident. The Costa Concordia, a state-of-the-art cruise ship, embarked on a 7-night Mediterranean cruise from Civitavecchia, Italy, on January 7, 2012. As the ship approached the island of Giglio, the captain, Francesco Schettino, decided to perform a greeting maneuver, intended to bring the ship closer to the island for a commemorative salute. However, this maneuver proved to be a fatal mistake. On the evening of January 13, as the Concordia approached Giglio, the captain deviated from the planned course, steering the ship dangerously close to the island's rocky coastline. The ship struck a submerged reef, tearing a gash in its hull. Water began to flood the vessel, causing it to list heavily. Panic ensued among the passengers and crew as the ship began to capsize. The immediate aftermath was chaotic. As the ship tilted, furniture and objects slid across the decks, injuring passengers. People scrambled to lifeboats, but many were trapped inside the vessel. The situation was further complicated by the fact that the ship was grounding on a rocky seabed, making it difficult for rescuers to access the survivors. Despite the perilous conditions, rescue teams from Italy, France, and Greece responded to the emergency. Coast Guard vessels, helicopters, and private boats were deployed to evacuate the passengers and crew. The rescue efforts were hampered by the ship's precarious position and the rough seas, but rescuers worked tirelessly to save as many lives as possible. The rescue operation was a complex and coordinated effort, involving hundreds of personnel. Divers worked to free trapped passengers, while medical teams treated the injured. The Italian Coast Guard played a crucial role in coordinating the rescue efforts and providing essential support. The tragedy of the Concordia was a stark reminder of the dangers of the sea and the importance of maritime safety. The incident raised serious questions about the captain's decision-making, the ship's safety procedures, and the overall management of the cruise line. Francesco Schettino, the captain of the Costa Concordia, became the central figure in the tragedy. His actions and decisions on the night of the disaster were subject to intense scrutiny and criticism. Schettino was accused of negligence, recklessness, and abandoning the ship before all passengers and crew were evacuated. The captain's decision to perform a greeting maneuver near the island of Giglio was widely condemned. His failure to follow proper safety procedures and his handling of the emergency situation were also criticized. Schettino was eventually convicted of manslaughter, abandoning the ship, and causing the shipwreck. The behavior of the crew members during the emergency was also a subject of controversy. While some crew members demonstrated bravery and selflessness, others were accused of negligence and incompetence. The actions of the chief officer, who was among the first to abandon the ship, were particularly criticized. The crew's response to the emergency was hampered by factors such as the ship's rapid capsizing and the chaotic nature of the situation. However, the crew's conduct was subject to intense scrutiny, and several individuals faced legal charges. The Costa Concordia disaster had a significant impact on the cruise industry and the company involved. Costa Cruises faced intense public scrutiny and legal action following the tragedy. The company was accused of negligence, corporate misconduct, and inadequate safety procedures. In response to the disaster, Costa Cruises implemented several changes to its safety protocols and procedures. The company also faced significant financial losses and reputational damage. The Concordia tragedy served as a wake-up call for the cruise industry, prompting a review of safety standards and practices. The Concordia disaster sparked a series of investigations into the circumstances surrounding the tragedy. Italian authorities conducted a thorough investigation, examining the actions of the captain, the crew, and the cruise line. The investigation involved analyzing the ship's black box data, interviewing witnesses, and conducting forensic examinations. The findings of the investigation were damning for Captain Schettino. He was found guilty of manslaughter, abandoning the ship, and causing the shipwreck. The investigation also revealed deficiencies in the cruise line's safety procedures and management practices. The Concordia tragedy had a profound impact on maritime law and safety regulations. In response to the disaster, the International Maritime Organization, IMO, implemented new safety standards for passenger ships. These changes included stricter requirements for crew training, emergency procedures, and ship design. Additionally, the Italian government enacted new laws to strengthen maritime safety regulations and improve the oversight of cruise operations. These changes were aimed at preventing similar tragedies from occurring in the future. The Concordia disaster raised numerous ethical questions for those involved. The captain's decision to deviate from the planned course and perform a greeting maneuver was a clear violation of safety protocols. The crew members faced ethical dilemmas in deciding how to respond to the emergency and whether to prioritize the safety of passengers or their own personal survival. The cruise line also faced ethical considerations regarding its responsibility to ensure the safety of its passengers and crew. The company's decision-making processes and its response to the disaster were subject to intense scrutiny. The investigation revealed that the captain's deliberate deviation from the planned course and his decision to perform a greeting maneuver near the island were the primary causes of the disaster. The crew's response to the emergency was also criticized, with several individuals facing legal charges. The cruise line was found to have deficiencies in its safety protocols and management practices. The Concordia tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of the sea and the importance of maritime safety. The incident highlighted the need for responsible decision-making, adequate training for crew members, and rigorous safety standards for cruise ships. The disaster also raised ethical questions about the responsibilities of those involved, including the captain, the crew, and the cruise line. While the Concordia mystery has been extensively investigated and documented, certain aspects of the tragedy continue to intrigue and baffle. The exact sequence of events leading up to the collision, the motivations behind the captain's decisions, and the full extent of the crew's actions remain subjects of debate. The Concordia cruise mystery is a complex and multifaceted story that continues to resonate with people around the world. I encourage you to share your thoughts and insights on this tragic event. If you're interested in learning more, I recommend exploring the numerous books, documentaries, and news articles that have been written about the disaster. By understanding the lessons learned from the Concordia tragedy, we can help ensure that similar maritime disasters are prevented in the future. Let's remember the victims of this tragedy and work together to promote safety and accountability in the maritime industry. And be sure to check out my other videos for more fascinating mysteries and unsolved cases.